does it quite like me.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everyone? Hey, Art Nerd. What's up, Ession, Junie, Omni, Chrimbus. Whoa, Ession, thank you so much for gifting those subs. That was extremely kind of you. And there's the single-handedly started the hype train. But thank you. That was very generous of you. Welcome Mitsawo, Skyward, Prosecute, LV, and Jen Lu. Oh, you're sick, Popcorn? I actually would love to do a Christmas jazz album. Yeah. Unfortunately, right now I'm focusing on an original album, but I feel like that would be a really fun goal for next Christmas, actually. Hold on. Wait, what if we did like a jungle? A little jungle Christmas tune action. Let's see. I'll find a little drum loop here real quick. Alright, let's try this out. Okay, that did not warp right. Hold on. So stupid. Wonder what are some other good Christmas tunes? Jingle bells. Can you even hold up? Let me see if that works over a jungle break. I feel like jungle is like too fast or too slow, depending on. Hold on. That was terrible. Oh my god. Um, what are some other Christmas classics? A rhythm version? Yikes. There's but that has to be tripleted though. Carol of the Bells, yeah. Um, r- hold on. Ukrainian will invoked. Hold on. I don't think damn I think all the stuff in the Cone Sound pack is 4/4. Maybe something lazy enough. I feel like that actually kind of works because you can transpose it to 4/4 kind of. Let's see, what is that? 86 BPM. Let's try this out some more. That was kind of silly, but kind of fun. All right. My wrist is definitely not back to 100%. But I'm glad I can kind of jam like that without any real pain. Jingle all the wire. Yeah. You know, it's not like the world is without its problems at the moment. But I do hope that y'all can find a way to enjoy your Chrimbus time with the fam or friends or both. I'll do a little bit of stretching here real quick, and then we'll get the stream started. I don't really know what I'm going to do today quite yet. We shall figure that out. Which one is Carol of the Bells again? I feel like I should know this one. Hold on, will I get DMCA'd if I play like half a second of Carol of the Bells? Carol of the Bells. Wait. Wait, that was Carol of the Bells that I just played? I thought that was We Three Kings. Oh no, that's something else. Oh, We Three Kings is... Oh, that's right. I get those mixed up sometimes. Nice. I was wondering why, Ession, you were writing so much about Carol of the Bells. We could do a metal rendition of We Three Kings. It's a little bit slow, right? It feels like you want to do it a bit faster. Oh, wait, the tambourine has got Christmas vibes written all over it. We gotta do follow-up. Yo, thank you for the follow. I am Caladrius. Double, yeah, if we increase the speed of it there, that could work. We gotta follow up. Thank you for the follow, Sessetst. Okay, I tried. What's another? Okay, apparently I'm just playing random Christmas songs today, but hey, it is that time of the year, you know. I went through a phase for a few years where I was really obsessed with Christmas music because the nice thing is basically everything can be played in C, so it's really easy um, to just start riffing on them. And they all kind of have the same chord progression, roughly, you know? What about like Rudolph, right? Like Rudolph is the same thing. Existential crisis, Rudolph. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is going through a really tough time. All right. That's enough Chrimbus randomness for today. It's time to get serious. Time to get very serious. I don't really know what to pull up quite yet. I just got into the studio. Spent the morning. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention this, but I spent my morning listening to the test pressings for the twofold vinyl project. So I'm really glad they do test pressings. They do it for a reason. I get it, but it's my first time doing vinyls, so it's nice to kind of like proofread, quote unquote, everything. I did notice some things that I think I would like changed before the final pressings go into play. But yeah, it was also kind of nice to like re-listen to those albums back to back. They definitely feel like they're, you know, I'm glad I didn't wait more than, you know, about a year and a half between them to like get them out, because they really feel like they're in the same era of Haywyre. But yeah, anyways, let's take a look. What could we do today? What could we do? You know, I was kind of thinking about continuing to work on what was it called? Superpower. But the issue with that is, well, I was gonna try to redo the vocals, and I feel like I need to kind of lock in and just practice that. So maybe that's not the best project to open right now. What else could we do? We could open My Time Is Coming back up and check up on that track. I wouldn't mind checking up on Inspire. Yeah, let me open that track. Probably temporary track name, but we'll figure something out. We shall. And today I'll actually be going until 4 p.m. So I feel like I'm not in a rush to figure out exactly what to do. I'll find the project to kind of lock in for the stream one way or another. Oh wait, I gotta route this. I'll switch to this view here. not sure how this sounds right now. Oh, I love the groove. I think I want to cut everything out here and do like a fill with some totally different sounds here. Let's get rid of this stuff. Actually, I think I might need to... Well... trying to think of what I was hearing there. Forget what all this stuff is about. Kind of touched this up at some point last year, and then I feel like I haven't really touched it since. Yo, what's going on, Ession? You had a question? Have you tried Camel Crusher? Not yet, but I promise you. Well, I just downloaded it. The link you sent me, so I'm pretty excited to give that a go. Where's this? Yeah, I think this is one of the patches I wanted to play around with, potentially. What is this? Nope, that's just a sub. I think it might be this one, actually. Hold on. Yeah. There's some weird... just weird comb noises. Let's see if we can throw that in there. Ooh, that sounds kind of cool. Hold on. It's got kind of like a tripleted feel when it's closer to the bottom like this. Let's try to record this. So we could just maybe find something to put on the downbeat and then... Wait. Oh, that's right. I can't... I don't think I was supposed to quantize that. I think it needs to stay short. Okay, maybe that's too much triple 80 stuff. Maybe we cut it off right before, like maybe that one last beat before it could stop. Wait a minute. I think I need to turn the resonance off too, potentially there. Yeah, let's have it fade out a little bit. Oh, that's not the sound I thought it was. I think it's this one. So let's go like this. I like it. I like the kind of like stuttering to the bass. It kind of sounds a little bit like it's being scratched or something. Okay, let's try to add maybe like a similar fill to what I had just made there. Okay, try to maybe create a little consistency. Oh, wait, a bit of consistency. What the hell? Wait. Why was the melody from Head First randomly in here? What the hell? Okay, what's going on with the kit here? Everything's muted. Okay, this is kind of a mess right now. Let me check where the sidechain is coming from. I have no idea what that's doing in that project file. All right. Dummy's coming from 80 BPM JT kind of kit. Oh, it's this one. Okay, that makes sense. Looks like it's sidechaining here too. So what does this kit sound like? Definitely missing some kind of sound here. That's okay. I think I actually want to use the clap from this other kit anyways. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. Hold on. There's some overlapping things. I don't know. Where's this coming from? Right, okay. Yeah, I think these ones are a bit too much. Hold on. Oh, those are muted. Where's... Ah. a little better. It's still kind of chaotic sounding. Okay, maybe we could have some kind of lead-ish on top. Nothing like, kind of like more like a plucked type of thing. Could be that prog patch that we were using yesterday. Wherever that is. User, oh my god, these nested menus are insane now. I gotta reorganize these one of these days. Maybe we get rid of the delay. Yeah, something like that could be nice. Let's duplicate this and see. I'm probably gonna have to make some room in this project file too, because there's all sorts of old things in here that aren't being used anymore. But for now, let's keep looking through. I feel like, yeah, there's going to be something in Nest that might be helpful here. Make the main melody the lick. That sounds like a great idea. Could be a fun little callback. Actually, it's a good point. It would be fun to try to reference some album tracks randomly in other album tracks. Make it meta. I just love this goddamn sound. Let's go back to the OG patch and add velocity to the cutoff. sidechain this. There's already tons of latency in this project file anyways. Although it was easier to jam on it without the sidechain, so. I think I want to change the build up. I don't really like this whole vocal sample thing here. Yeah, let's work with this. I think I'm tripping out. I thought I heard some weird noises there for a sec. Hello, Mr. Haywyre. What you got blown in your humidifier? That is filtered water. I had been using tap water up until recently, but I got curious randomly one night, and I was like, wait, are you supposed to use filtered water? I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, if you're drinking filtered water, like I have lead contamination in my neighborhood, because some of the pipes are really old. And I was thinking, wait a minute, if I'm drinking filtered water, I should probably also be putting filtered water in the humidifiers. And it turns out that that is exactly what you're supposed to do. So hopefully I don't have lead poisoning. I actually really like this vibe at the moment, though. Definitely think like playing around with this synth is making it more entertaining to me, more interesting to me. So let's try to record something here. Yo, thank you for the follow, produced by Gambo. There's definitely some weird. There are some weird little artifacts or something popping up here on occasion. I don't think I'm crazy. I was thinking about. I gotta keep jamming on this, I think, for a little bit because I can't quite wrap my head around exactly what to do here. You're streaming, big fan. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Happy holidays. Okay, hold on. Let me just try to record something. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, let's try that. Let me turn off the delay. Yeah. Actually, maybe I should do. mean, some of this really extreme reverb is kind of cool, but I think we don't really want it in the drop. I think we want to try to make it a little bit more dry sounding. Wait a minute, where's that coming from now? Oh, there's still a delay in. Okay, that could be cool, but okay, now I'm a little wary of using the that sync-esque silent lead that I used a lot in the past. But I don't think there's any songs in the album right now that actually use it, but where is it? Leads. Oh. I don't think I've touched it in some time. 2024 leads, use silent. There we go. Is throwing me off a bit, but it could be cool maybe later in the song to introduce a little bit of a lead solo type section. Let me go back to the build here for a moment. Collab with Jolo. I love their music. That would be really cool. Not 100% sure about that little melody there. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this like little B section here. Where's the patch for that? Oh yeah. little B section here. I'm gonna cut these chord synths and paste them around here to make sure they're kind of grouped a bit more reasonably. Should probably quantize that too. Kind of like hearing a fill here with chords instead of bass sounds. Let me quantize that and let's paste that here. Maybe. Whoa. That's the sustained automation. Whoops. Wait, why is it still freaking out? There we go. I feel like a soft kind of sine type lead would be nice. Here, just like a gentle little. Grab some kind of maybe effeminate to the noise a little bit. Damn, I keep like, why am I tempted by the lick overlords to include that? I don't know. My inner ADD is popping out for some reason. I feel like if I went to a doctor with the goal of getting diagnosed with ADD, I feel like I probably could, but that's not really saying much. It's probably an overprescribed drug. like the idea of throwing a solo in here. That could be kind of fun. The latency is killing me though, but it's okay. We're just sketching right now. So maybe let's go like this. And like this, and like this. I was working on this drum kit, and I was like extremely inspired by that Vic Mensa track with Kaytranada. To be honest, I only ever heard it because Kaytranada produced it. I don't really follow Vic Mensa, but... Okay, let's have some fun with this for a sec here. If we can, considering the latency, let's check it out. Cool. I definitely am enjoying that. I think we could do some kind of improv section there for a little bit and then eventually bring it back to that like little vocal blip there. And then a second build maybe. We'll see. What the cat doing? You scared me for a second. I thought maybe one of the cats snaked into the studio. I don't know. I like the general energy and like the stuttering and all that kind of stuff. But part of me still feels like the actual drop could still be a bit cooler, like maybe with kind of distorted, chopped up vocal thing or something. I don't know. Thinking about it. I'm thinking. Yeah, I feel like this is a natural progression to the idea. You could have these big little hits. Let me just record a temporary solo so I know that that's my intention here. Thinking maybe something more sustained for the second drop. Hold on. This gosh darn. Sustain automation. There we go. Okay. The OG serum. All right, I want these to probably end right before that downbeat. I feel like if I could rap, I probably would on a track like this. But that is probably a 0.001% chance of ever happening. I don't know what could possibly possess me to suddenly become... to practice enough to be decent at rapping. I mean, to be fair, like, you know, rapping and singing are closely connected, but they're also very different at the same time. Woo! Not the greatest solo, but that's okay. We'll leave the solo recording for when I can take the limiter off the master. Okay, so here's how I'm envisioning this next thing to go. So the vocal and the lead play the same thing here. You know that I
Get it off my mind.
You know that
My mind. Get it off my mind.
Wait, what?
Off my mind. Just want it off
Okay, let's let's add a bunch of extra measures here, and then let's just grab the drop drums, throw them here. Maybe we can try to just groove out with the poly chord patch and think about what could happen here. That could be kind of a cool post-drop thing, actually. Hold on. I don't know. I think the smooth chords. It's a nice callback to the intro, and I feel like it fits the sine patch better. But I do like the idea of using some of these plucked chords at some point. We'll see. I want to be able to mix like you. It's all clear and full. I appreciate the sentiment behind that. I don't feel like my mixing is very good, but then again, we could always, there's always room for improvement, right? But it could be worse. I'll say that much. Maybe we could just do like a really sustained thing there, like. Okay, I think that's what I want to do. That'll be cool. We'll make it the second half of the second drop. It'll turn into those plucked chords. that's obviously pretty rough, but we get the outline going here. Yeah. Let's see what could be jammed out on top of this. Okay, hold on. The low end for this, probably gonna be this sound, I think. Let's see. Whoops. Yo, thank you for the follow at Gix Shoe. From what pack is that kick? That's actually an engineered kick of mine. What did I call it? It's another kick. Kind of a weird one, but it works, I think, in this context quite well. Let's see. Let's quantize this. I think we might need to put it an octave lower for the time being. I'm pretty sure I still have the kick 2 file for that kick, by the way. I think I made it in 2024. Kick bodies. It's a kick. It's another kick. Yeah, right here. I do think the sine one will be better for this part here. Oh, I forgot I was doing a bunch of crazy, like, granular stuff. This was honestly, like, so much fun to do. I have no idea what I was doing. I had, like, the, granular Ableton thingy. I think I just loaded up, like, a giant, solo, like a sine lead solo. And then I just started like messing with the parameters and triggering random stuff, and it was creating these really beautiful soundscapes. I think that'll be a cool outro. Maybe it could be like a choir outro there, actually. That could be kind of cool. I'm just going to throw it there for fun so I don't forget that idea. Human voices. Might have to pull up the jazz cats for a moment, though. That's kind of fire. I want to play that with like the vocal thing for a moment.
Of my mind. Of my mind. Of my mind. You know that I wanna get it off my mind. Of my mind.
Okay, this chord voicings are terrible. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Of my mind. Of my mind. You know that I wanna get it off my mind. Of my mind. Just put it off my mind. Off my mind. Just put it off my mind. Just put it off my mind. Off my mind.
I'm kind of enjoying, like, that vocal take is not the greatest, but I like the idea of these kind of like R&B falsetto jazzy vocals with these choirs underneath. It's kind of cool. What's up, Hottie? Merry Christmas. Haywyre Quartet 1.
Of my mind. Of my mind. You know that I wanna get it
I kind of want to record this and maybe consider it an outro for the track. Could be kind of cool. 3, 4.
Of my mind, of my mind. You know that I wanna get it off my mind, off my mind. I just want it off my
Ooh, I almost had a nice ending there, but not quite. Oh, that is so low. All right, let's end it there. Let's grab that sustain automation and go like that. And then where do we put this?
Yeah.
That is gorgeous. Wait, I thought I fixed the sustain pedal thing. Alright, whatever. I think something like that would be a really cool outro. But I could maybe largely replace like the Omnisphere with my own voice. I've always wanted to do like some serious like more in-depth harmonies that have lots of like complex movements. You know, go a little bit Jacob Collier on him for a moment. Except not really, because I could never reach that level of ascension. Would you share the Kick 2 file? Yeah, sure. I could throw it in, maybe I could put it in like a key collection free pack or something like that. By the way, have you seen the new Yuhi plugin? It's a free one called Zebralet. Ooh, I have not. Thank you for pointing that out.
We got a new follower.
Yo, Rebel Spell, thank you for the follow. Alright. So I'm not I think the part that I really am not sure about at all right now is the second drop idea, because there's really not much to it at the moment. So why don't we check this back out and see what was going on. this solo can actually end there, probably. It doesn't need to be that long. So I think this is a pretty bad practice. So why don't we just duplicate this synth and we'll make this one a bit louder. And we'll see where we want some silences put in. Have a short one there. We'll see. I don't really know if this is gonna work. Let's see. The man. Why do I have the dummy on a separate? I think I need to duplicate this again because I want to create a version of this with 0 release, 100% sustain. There's like these overlapping fills hanging out around the track, so. That's kind of cool. This fill is not. Oh, it's this chord here. Ooh, wait, I have an idea. Why don't we duplicate this chord patch here? I wonder how this would sound. Woo! There's a slightly different position on that comb. Dude, I just love comb filters, man. They're so cool. Wait, I kind of like how dry it is there, though. Wait, I gotta bust out the beat repeater more often. It's so much fun. Except I don't know why, but this plugin always confuses me so much. I don't know why. Okay. We got a basic beat repeat now. Could be really cool. It is a little tricky because it feels like it's starting not exactly on the downbeat, so that's a little weird to me. The beat repeat is something that I get either amazing or completely useless results from. Yeah, I feel that. At the very least, it makes it's fun. Like, even if I don't end up using it in a track, I feel like I always have a good time just throwing it on there. I just love it. It adds such a randomness to a track that you wouldn't hear otherwise. And it gives you all these ideas. And it's kind of odd, though, because it shouldn't be swung. It should be, like, right on the grid, but it's not. And I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. But for some reason, that is how it be. I don't know. Sounds kind of cool in the drop, though. Here, hold on. That little doo on the comb is cool. Well, I'm gonna leave it off, but it's something to consider playing around with some more. In the future, is that a preset you're using or something you made? No, it's just something I just made. If you're talking about the beat repeat, the thing is, like, I don't know. For some reason, the interface confuses me. Like, what I think a beat repeat should be doing and what parameters should be controlling that is, like, very different than the way this is laid out. And also, the beat repeat has remained the same for ever. I mean, it was like this like 10 years ago, so I feel like it'd be cool if they updated this, actually. There's probably some really sick stuff you could do with this. And plus, it should just work properly to begin with, like, in the sense that, like, it should actually trigger on the downbeat, and it shouldn't, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but, like, I'm pretty sure, like, there's no triplets, there's nothing. The grid is straight. It should just be repeating it exactly on time, but it's not. So that makes it a lot harder to use, in my opinion. Okay, yeah, I think we don't want these to sustain. Well, wait, now it sounds like it's triggering correctly, or am I imagining things? It sounds perfectly on time now. Maybe it's because... Hold on, okay, I have an idea. Okay, that means I'm doing something that I just don't know how to use it properly, I guess. Actually, I kind of like that snare maybe for the second drop. Where is it? Yeah, let's use that for the second drop. Why not? Doesn't sound particularly good on its own, but I think this patch will get rid of the sustain or the release completely as well. Or do we? I think we just need to automate for the time being. Let's just keep using the auto filter for now to try to mute and unmute stuff for the time being. I'm also not sure about this patch for this section, but it's okay. One step at a time. Let's get rid of all of the fills for the time being and just try to get the core like riff or like chord structure down for this section. I think for this outro, actually in particular, some of those strings could be really cool. Maybe I'll bring my boys back for like a final recording session for the album. Victor and Ernie. Nice. I like that. Ooh, wait. What if we MPE'd this? Could probably quantize it as well for the time being. kind of helps. It smooths it out a little bit. Huh. You know, I could totally see, like, if you get really good at using MPE, I could see how that would be a really awesome skill to have as a producer. I'm just imagining basically having, like, in my head, like, being able to commit to, like, say, like, 8 voices or something, and just knowing exactly how to pitch them to get the chord changes I want. I feel like I could probably kind of do that right now to, like, on a really basic level. Like, if we just delete all of this, I wouldn't be able to do it the exact way I normally would, like, play a part with MIDI, but so I guess let me think about how I should do this. So I think first things, get rid of the sustain automation, and then we could get rid of all other notes except for that first chord, right? Go like this, 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 and this, and this, and then making the same length. And we could go like this, and then try to just use MPE for this. Wait, the MPE wasn't even doing anything? Dude, am I really... I tricked myself. I placeboed myself. I really thought I was doing something, and I just wasn't. Wow. So wait, is there no... Well, there's pitch bend, but I guess MPE doesn't work with any patch. That's a bummer. All right, well, whatever. I wonder why that is. Well, I think I'm probably gonna switch project files here pretty soon. I'm enjoying where this track is at. I think I generally like what's happening with the overall structure, but question is, I'm more concerned about what to do with the second drop. I think the first one I can fine tune it. But yeah, this one is a little bit more of a question mark. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. All I know is that I want this to be slightly more sustained sounding compared to the first drop, so I'll try to use that as the reference. Kind of a long track at 5 minutes, but I do think the intro is probably going to shorten a bit. We'll see. Anyways, cool. I'm pretty happy with some of this. I would consider it progress. Something akin to progress. We'll settle for that. Okay, let's save that. And let me hit up the BR real quick. I'll be back in just a moment here. Would you consider some live drum recording? Absolutely. But obviously I'm not equipped to do that here in my little home studio. So we'll see. I have reached out to someone about recording some. I have a couple of friends actually that might be recording some live drums for the album, which would be great. Not 100% sure if it'll pan out, but fingers crossed. Will be really cool. But yeah, I'm just gonna hit the BR real quick. I'll be back in just a moment, y'all. All right. Did my first gym session this week today. Felt good. I've not been very consistent though. All right, what are we going to do here? I'm going to stream for about another hour here. Let's take a look at my album playlist maybe. See if anything interesting is calling out to us.
I know if I ever look back, I could find plenty went bad. I could tell you right now that
Maybe we work on this track. I kind of gave it a temporary title. So let me see if I can find the project file for this. Yeah, this one. Here we go. How is the chair counter only at 60? I feel like I see people mentioning the chair command way more often than that. All right. What kind of a state is this track in right now? I feel like we should be able to do some more interesting like textures and things in the intro here. It feels a little bit it's not that boring, but I just want some more interesting stuff going on here. Oh, my bad. Sorry, y'all. I guess I haven't loaded this project file on my new computer yet. I appreciate you, Art Nerd. Thanks for pointing that out. No, I just got inspired by John Cage. So this is my next album is going to be Silence. obviously I need to work on that main patch. I think I was trying to convert it to Serum 2. I do also want to try something out here. I think I was like... This little vocal fill here. I wanted to throw Serum effects on there again and try to mess around briefly with the bode.
Right now.
I like that blur effect. It's kind of cool. It's not doing that much, but... kind of cool. I don't mind it.
Right now. That's it.
I don't really like those vocal stutters, but I was just experimenting for a moment. Let's get rid of that. Maybe we could experiment with the where these hits. You need like a gun reload sound? Nah, I'm definitely not doing that. But I appreciate the thought. I'm not trying to like shut you down or anything, but that one's a bit... that's a bit overplayed, huh? I do think playing around more with the like this little mini granular thing could be kind of cool.
But now.
Remind me, are those your vocals? Yes, they are. I mean, it's just me talking.
Right now.
Just a little chit-chatting with myself in the studio. Maybe a random little moment there where it just repeats like that super fast. Could be kind of cool. So cool. Love the processing on it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Where's that little, there's some kind of weird, like, yeah, I don't know about this sound. I think we can find something better than that. Wait, oh, this is... I'm so confused. What in the hell is going on here? Are these all variations of the same bass? I see, okay. I mean, I remember at the time I was imagining, for some reason I thought you wouldn't be able to open up serum patches in Serum 2. So we can actually just save this patch. And then hopefully we can do some cooler stuff with it in Serum 2. So let's duplicate this. And let's delete Serum. Throw Serum 2 in here, and we should be able to... Damn. Okay, I think I have to, like... Where is that folder? Show Serum presets folder. Presets user. Serum 2. Okay, I think this is it. What the hell? My bad, y'all. I clicked on the wrong I clicked on the wrong button. see. There is some latency on here, but I think that's mainly from, yeah, there's a Pro L2 on here. All right. Whoops, now there's two of them. Interesting. Kind of sounds like a comb a little bit. But I feel like it just needs a little more spice to it. I'm trying to figure out how to like give it a little more pizzazz. Pizzazz. It needs a little something. Maybe I could do some spectral stuff with it or something. Savian, first time chatter, what's going on? What's the longest time you've sat in an Ableton session? That's a good question. I have no idea. I wish I knew. But it's probably... Hold on, let me reread that question. You've sat on an Ableton session. I mean, okay, if we're counting... If we're counting multiple project files, like not just one project file, probably somewhere around 12 to 14, like around that area. I remember there's been crunch time moments for tracks that I really need to reach deadlines on where I pulled hours like that on occasion, and also some 24-hour streams. I feel like I was pretty close to reaching that level, but obviously bathroom breaks are thrown in there. So it's not like, I don't know, you can't really count it completely nonstop. But if we're just counting one project file, I don't know, I'm kind of curious. Probably not that long. A few hours for sure. What the hell? Oh, right. I was doing some stuff. find a different sound to throw in here. I think my longest session on one project was like 12 hours. Yeah, that's I believe that for sure. I mean, the thing is, like, you gotta know what your point of diminishing returns is, right? Like, I think most of the time it really doesn't make sense to sit in front of one singular project file for 12 hours. Because, like, realistically, you get desensitized quite easily. Like, if you're at the finish line and you're just doing, like, these little tweaks, maybe you can spend quite a long time on it. I feel like I can spend the longest on a track when I'm just starting it, and when, like, that excitement is really high and you're starting to lock in on something special. You're like, oh, okay, like, go. Like, I feel like I could actually, now that I think about it, I'd probably be more likely to spend a really long session on a project that's brand new, versus at the end. The end is usually the hardest part, and you can get really desensitized to what the hell you're doing with the song. Let me find some kind of weird random sound to throw in here. Drums, snares. Let's try this. Kind of an interesting, like, texture, but I don't know if it really makes sense. Let's try it like this. Pretty cool. I still haven't messed around with a lot of these that much. The spectral gating is always such an interesting sound. What if we link that to the note? I had some nice textures in those higher notes. Because, yeah, I made this patch, like I said, in the original FLs. I mean, what am I saying, bro? Oh, my brain. The original Serum. That's what I meant. Kind of like a vowel-y vibe to it. cool. I'm gonna bypass this and add a different convolve in here, but this one's really fun. It's coloration. This one's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Kind of silly sounding right now, but we got a new follower. Yo, thank you for the follow, Happy Squid. Interesting. I don't know. I might be losing the plot here a little bit. It does sound kind of interesting, more interesting, but the valleyness feels a little bit cheesy to me. yeah, it's kind of a cool effect. It'd be cool if we could have that linked to the note parameter inside of the serum patch, maybe. Let's throw a delay on here. And let's see. Let's get the note patch on the mix. Woo! That's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm just experimenting more with like the vowel-y characteristics. Kind of cool. A little bit different than before. Just wanted to kind of make it a little more unique sounding. Okay, I think I want to shorten this kick a bit. The suck verb. Man, I haven't really looked at this project file in a while, so I feel like I don't really remember what I was doing. I think if I tone back some of those effects a tiny bit, it could actually be really cool. Let's see the format one. Let's see. I think we'll just reduce this a tiny bit. That's a cool patch. Starting to like this a lot more. That's gonna gonna be fun to play once I'm in a project file that doesn't have a bajillion milliseconds of latency. The mix is sounding kind of meh right now. Trying to figure out. Ooh, wait. Oh, well. Maybe there's some compactor stuff I can do here. What is this sound? I don't know about this one either. Like, what is... I don't think that's contributing anything good. This contact is not loading properly. That is muted. What is this?
Right now.
Why is this panned right? This one I don't mind, actually. Maybe we could use compactor on this. Keep this element. Except let's put it on the end of the chain. Here, and then... what's the main bass patch called here? Main bass 1, we'll just call it. And there we go. I have another layer idea here. Let's grab a some kind of lead, little lead patch, something with reverb.
Right now.
I think we keep it dry for the first like few measures of this iteration, and then maybe eventually we have that reverb tail kind of chill in the background. It's kind of nice. Actually kind of really nice polyphonic as well. I usually use this as like a lead sound, but the more we add and change and develop, the more compelling it feels. Did like hearing that kind of little bit of reverb tail during this last little fill here. Let's mute that, obviously, that layer here, and then figure out something that I can play here.
Right now.
I don't know, whatever. Let's just try that for now.
Right now.
Okay, and let's bounce this in. Oh, wait, cancel. Duplicate this. Bounce this. A triplet run would be cool. Yeah, appreciate the thought.
Right now.
Yeah, definitely am like hearing more things. It's like more interesting fills and stuff. There's definitely lots of room for some cool stuff going on. What is this sound here? Oh, right. I think we might as well have this layer open up a bit as this progresses as well. And I think I also want an envelope on this. Cool if maybe we shift this up before the delay. And then let's just use an auto filter for a quick mute button here.
Right now.
Actually, you know what else could be cool here is maybe some Reese's pieces. Where's that my gorgeous, my beautiful kind of a nice layer, maybe for that little fill there. Maybe the second time I'll do it an octave lower. Yeah, let's go like this. I'm gonna try to just fix this up a tiny bit. How am I gonna do this? I think we'll have it muted like this. I had this random idea to render this out, bounce track in place. Just this little fill here. Let's throw it in audio base. Let's just throw it in there. Show in Finder. Throw it in here. Or not. Show this in Finder. And yeah, let's go like... Oh, we have to copy it, I think. That's right. Ah, wait, what? That's not the right folder. There we go. Wait, what? Where is it? Today, bounce. Oh, it's just not showing up yet. That's okay. I'm going to open up Serum. And I want to throw this... I'm going to throw this in Serum. Spectral. Yeah, let's do some weird... Whoa, whoa, whoa. God damn, I didn't... I attacked my eardrums. I just thought some filtering on the last take could be kind of cool, like some spectral filtering, so let's throw that in here. So I don't know if I've shown this to y'all yet, but I was going to have like kind of like a Deadmau5 style old school second drop with some lead action. I don't know if it's actually that Deadmau5-y, but I'm trying to, let's see how
That's it right.
no sub for some reason. But anyways, that's gonna keep going.
Right now.
Then it'll drop back into that first drop. I think it works really well. Okay, well, that was kind of a lot of I feel like I just spent the last hour working on this and somehow I barely did anything, but I do like it a little bit more now. So let's make sure to save this. And I think I'm thinking about naming this, it's kind of a weird title, but Bottleneck Breaker, because, the metaphor for a bottleneck is obviously that, like, something is limiting you. And, I like the feeling that this track gives me, this vibe of kind of like surpassing that, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about naming it right now. But anyways, y'all, I think that will be the end of the stream for today. And wow, I can't believe Christmas Eve is tomorrow. That's crazy. Baby approves of me saving my work. Thanks for the reminder. Like I said, hope you guys have a good time with your family, loved ones, whatever, whoever that might be. Yeah, that's it for me for today. Thanks for tuning in. I feel like the album's coming together slowly but surely. Just a small heads up, this isn't particularly important, but the schedule will be obviously a little different. So Thursday I will not be streaming because of Christmas. Friday I'll be back doing Feedback Fridays. I have a feeling maybe people are still, I don't know, taking it easy for the holidays. So we'll see. If there aren't many people asking for feedback, I'll just work on album stuff. So we'll see what happens. Then I'll be back on Sunday the 28th, and then I am going to briefly disappear with my fiance. We decided to spend New Year's Eve together in this like remote little cabin away from cell phone reception, electronics, Wi-Fi, and just like hang out in the wilderness basically for a couple of nights. So I won't be streaming on Thursday, January 1st. I mean, this isn't, I don't know. Seems like people mostly tune in whenever they can and whenever I'm live, so it's not like this is that important, but just wanted to throw it out there. Things are going to be a little different the next couple of weeks, and then we'll get back into a normal schedule again at the beginning of January. But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. I'm definitely bringing my laptop with me though, because maybe I'll get inspired. I'll bring maybe my my guitar and probably not a mic. Well, I'll see. But I appreciate y'all hanging out today. It always makes me I don't know. Like I've said before, I feel a little bit less like isolated when I stream working. It's nice to balance it out with like a solo workflow where I'm literally just on my own in here, but it feels good to like share random stuff that I'm doing in the studio live. So like y'all are keeping me company, and yeah, it makes the creative process a little more interesting sometimes. So I appreciate that. But that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your holidays, and thanks for tuning in. See you guys on Friday. Peace out.
Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do you know what we share? Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do you know what we share? Do you don't you? Don't you? Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do we know what we share?